Good morning, everyone. How are you? Hope you are feeling fresh today. Getting ready for our mat Pilates session with the Magic Circle. Just doing a quick test as always to make sure the audio is working, and then we'll get going. Okay. Okay. Looking good. Ready, Freddy. Okay, so we'll get started straight away. Placing the feet right underneath your hip joints on the mat, standing up nice and tall. Nice big breath in, and then when you're ready, on the exhale, we're going to roll down. Starting the class as always, the same way with our roll downs. Nice big breath in when we reach the floor. Exhale, tummy to spine. Rolling up. Nice big breath in at the top and rolling down. So checking in with your body, seeing how you're feeling. And rolling up. And last one. Try and hang on to this feeling. Remember how it feels, because at the end when we revisit it, it's nice to have something to check back on. And we'll take the arms out to the side and side bends. If you're joining me for the third morning in a row this week, good on you. It's hard to commit to something 3 mornings a week, but it's a good idea to try. And see how you're feeling this morning. Are these side bends tighter or more sticky than usual, or do you feel nice and bendy and loose? Lucky you if that's the case. And with each one, you just want to reach a little bit further. And we'll go one more to each side, and we'll pause there for just an extra stretch. So over we go, and you're going to take your other foot. So if you're over to the right side, you take your left foot behind, just cross it over there somewhere, and then really lean into it. And you can get this beautiful extra deep stretch down that side. Feels nice in the mornings or any time of day, really. We'll come back up through center. Let's go to the other side. So we'll find a stretch. You can place your foot behind the other. Oh, feels nice. Keep those shoulders down away from the ears. Remember, it's about our side body, not about elevating our shoulders. And we'll come back up through center. Turn the palms to face the roof. Bend the knees. Double twist. So rotating the spine now. And checking in again, seeing how you're feeling. A few things to get through, a few things in the mental plan in my head today with the circle, but if you don't have a circle, it's totally fine. You can just grab a pillow or a rolled up jumper or towel or something that you can squeeze, or a ball to hold on to, or anything really. And if you don't have anything at all, you can still join this class and just modify it as you go. Okay, last one to each side. And we'll come up through center. Give those shoulders a bit of a roll. So we're going to warm up the bottom half of our body first. Just bottom half, by that I mean our feet. So let's place the hands on the hips, set the shoulders back. You're going to take the body weight forward onto the balls of your feet, and you're just going to rise up on your toes, lower down, lightly tap, and rise up. So we're just checking in with our balance, seeing if we can get that the weight just slightly forward, and that will help with maintaining your balance. You want to pull up, so think about your spine growing longer and longer and longer, space between each vertebra. Just a light tap of the heels each time. Good, and we're going to turn the feet into a small V. So we want to wrap those glutes around and stand up nice and tall. And as you rise up, you want to push your heels forward. Lightly tap the heels, push your heels forward, lightly tap those heels. Push the heels forward. That's it. And rise up and lower. So we're still keeping our body weight slightly forward. It's better for balance. Working on building up the strength in those glutes, drawing your sit bones towards each other. Nice. Let's hold at the top here, and we're going to take the arms out to the side now. So nice and long and strong in those arms. We're right up on those toes, so it's a challenging place to hold. And you're going to bend the knees just a little, so your heels are no longer touching or no longer near each other. And we rise up. Good. So bend the knees a little bit. This is a bit of a challenge. And then woo, rise up. If you get the wobbles, doesn't matter. Bend and tall. Really wrap those glutes around, working on maintaining that turnout. Bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. 2 more times. Bend, ooh, and stretch. Last one coming up. Bend and stretch. Good. Lower those heels and give the shoulders a roll. Great. So now you can grab onto your circle or whatever you're using in place of your circle. We're going to face the side. You're going to step your left foot forward and your right foot towards the back of the mat. So we've got a nice wide lunge stance. It's no good if you're narrow. You have to be nice and wide. And we're just going to keep the circle straight in front of our tummies here. So already feels unstable. Pull your inner thighs towards each other, and that will help with the balance. All right, so you're going to lower that back knee down towards the floor and then pressing up to where we started. On the way down, you're going to squeeze the circle, and on the way up, we're going to release. So keep the belly button drawing in. Feel like you've got a big belt around the middle of your body, nice high, big belt. Everything wraps in towards the midline, pulls in towards your tummy, your belly button, your spine, even. Down, up, squeezing on the way down, releasing on the way up. Very nice. Squeezing on the way down, release on the way up. Keep pulling those inner thighs towards each other. And we're going to do 4 more times. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Stay in your lunge position. From here, we're doing 1 launch into an airplane position, and the circle is going to stay underneath your chest. So hopefully we don't lose our balance. So you're going to lift that back leg. We've launched ourselves, and here we are just in this airplane position, holding, not doing anything, just being as still as we can, holding this balance. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and catch. All right, this time we're going to take the circle above our head, and we're going to do exactly the same thing. All right, ready? And light launch over. Ooh, let's reset that and try again. Hopefully you got there. And holding. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and catch. Nice. All right, we're going to do all that to the other side. So I'm going to spin around. So if you do end up like me and with the wobbles, honestly, who cares? It doesn't matter. You just get back in and do the best you can. So stepping your foot back towards the back of the mat, pulling your inner thighs towards each other, circle across the tummy. First lunge, we don't need to squeeze the circle. It's just a bit of a chest. All right, and then the rest, you're going to squeeze the circle on the way down and release on the way up. Squeeze on the way down, release on the way up. Down and up. Just checking in to see which side feels more stable for you or more unstable. And 3, 2, ready for our launch, and 1. Good. All right, so Nice and carefully, hopefully no wobbles, but doesn't matter if there are. Nice little careful launch. Over we go into our balance. So it doesn't matter if you have two straight legs or two bent legs, holding this balance, square up your shoulders, square up your pelvis as much as you can, holding for 3, 2, and 1, lightly landing back where we were on the mat. Nice. Okay, next one. Shoulders are down and light launch. Oh, both sides, I got this wrong. Over we go. Got it right the second time. This one's much harder. Lots more going on. Holding. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Nice. Okay, we are going to come down to the mat. So I'm going to bring you, put this on the right here. I'm going to bring us all down. Sorry, I just want to check something. Oh, good. Okay, down we go to the floor. One day I will get this right and I won't be faffing around trying to get the mat in the frame. One day, not today. So making your way down to the floor, we're going to sit up as tall as we can, right on those sit bones, and take the feet far enough away that you can achieve a straight spine. So we don't want to be sitting back like this because that's part of the exercise. So feet nice and far away from you, circle out towards the front. Okay, so drawing in the belly button, lifting the pelvic floor, set those shoulders down, and a nice soft bend in the elbows. So we're going to twist towards the front, and then I'm going to twist towards the back. Nice. And we're sitting on our pelvis, so pretty hard for it to move around. So we're just rotating to your range. And no squeezing happening at the moment. We'll get to that. Lots of time for that. Shoulders stay down. It's important that when you get to that end range that we don't cheat and elevate our shoulder just to get around a little bit further. The twist has got to come through the waist. Nice. Okay. Let's try the same thing with our circle above the head. So you're going to twist and twist. At the moment, no squeezing necessary. Okay, last one to each side. And from here, now we're going to bring the feet in a little bit closer because we're going to be doing some rolling down. So doing your best to sit up tall to start with, and we're going to start straight away rolling down. So you want to pull that tummy in. The circle is just tipping the top of your knees there, and we're going to lift it up and over and tap the floor, or nearly tap the floor. It doesn't have to be exactly. Up and over the knees, tap the floor. If this is uncomfortable on your tailbone or lower back, because I know that this doesn't work for everyone, just pop a pillow there or something else to help you out. Otherwise, sit up nice and tall and just continue with what we were doing before. It's no good putting extra pressure on that tailbone if it doesn't work for you. We don't need that in our lives. So we're going to add a little squeeze on the circle, release as we go up and over, little squeeze to the other side. So it's pretty challenging. It's not easy to squeeze the circle with these straight arms. So don't worry too much if you don't get much squish going on. That's not really the focus. We just want to activate the insides of our arms up into our pecs. Keep the shoulders back though, and definitely away from the ears. One more time. I know this is not a fun exercise for anyone, even me. And then from here, we're going to roll down to the floor. So nice controlled soft landing, bring the feet in, and we've got the circle behind us. So just take a second to take the circle behind and just sort of open up through the shoulders. We're not lifting the upper back up off the mat. Stay connected through the front of the body there. And we're going to bring the right knee in, and it's going to meet the circle. So it's really easy, this one. Tap the toes, take the circle back, tap the knee, tap the toe, tap the knee, adding a squeeze in the next one, tap the toe. Squeeze the circle as it comes to your knee, and release. Tap and squeeze. We're not going to be too long here because it's really easy. And then maybe one more after this. And we'll change to the other side. So squeeze and tap. And a couple more times. 2 and 1. Good. All right, now we're going to make it a little bit more challenging. So circles up to the ceiling. Press the lower back down into the mat, and we'll lift the knees up into tabletop. Okay, so this time we're going to tap both toes, but not on the floor, only halfway to the floor. And then bring the circle up to tap the knees. Behind, halfway down to the floor with the legs. Squeeze the circle, tap the knees. Behind, tap the circle. Squeeze, tap the knees. Squeeze, tap. Trying really hard to keep that lower back nice and close to the floor. And 2 more times. 2. And last one. Very nice. Place the feet down on the mat, circle straight up to the roof. Release your pelvis back to the neutral position, ready for pelvic curls. So if you want to, resting your elbows down on the mat for the first ones, maybe I'll do that too. You're going to roll up, squeezing the glutes at the top and rolling down. All the way back to neutral. Breath in, exhale, peel the spine up, press the feet down into the mat, squeeze the glutes at the top and rolling down. Leaving the elbows there or taking the circle straight up to the roof. Rolling down. And up we go. Rolling down. So not having our hands or elbows resting on the mat means our hamstrings and other supporting muscles have to work a little bit harder. So definitely recruiting those deep core muscles. If you have really crampy hamstrings, my recommendation is just to leave your hands on the floor. And last one here. Good. All right, we're going to go straight into the leg swings. So hot tip, put your elbows down if you're struggling. Otherwise, let's lift that straight leg up, lower the circle so that it can meet your knee or somewhere on your thigh. Lower the foot down and little kick. Lower the leg down, tap the heel, little kick. Challenging exercise, lots of work for that hamstring on the supporting side. 3, good thing is we're not here for too long. 2 and 1. Find the mat, even up your bridge, straight into the other side. So attach the circle to your leg, tap the floor, flex, kick, tap the floor, flex, kick. And 2 more, 2 and 1. Good, find the mat, even up your bridge, rolling down, back to neutral. Good. We're going to stick our feet, both feet, into the circle. We're going to do a little bit of a balance. If you don't have the circle, you can grab a towel or something, wrap around your feet and just hold on to the end of it like that, or just hold on to your legs. Okay. Whew. Ready? Set those shoulders down. So you're allowed to stretch the circle in this exercise. That's the whole point. It helps us get a little bit of momentum. We're going to round the back, and then we're going to try and sit up nice and tall. So we want to get into this V sort of situation here with the shoulders down, and then from the belly button, below the belly button, we're rolling down all the way, nice and smooth, back down to the floor. So let's have another go, rolling up, round the back, shoulders down, extend the spine. Again, if this doesn't work for your back, leave your feet on the floor. Go back to the bridging or another abdominal exercise. You don't have to always do what I do. It's just a suggestion. Sitting up nice and tall. Rolling down. And another couple here. And last one. Rolling down. Oh, nice and smooth. Good, just slipping one foot out of the circle. So we're starting with a stretch, but we're not going to remain in our stretch very long. And it's not a super strong stretch anyway. We're really just getting set up. And we're going to lift into a chest lift here. We're going to hover our other leg up off the floor, and we're going to swap our legs over. And swap. So keep your chin down to support your neck. Swap those legs over. So you can just use the circle to get a little bit of a bonus stretch in. If you're not using the circle, you're just grabbing onto your leg as it comes in. So nice and easy to do without the circle. Ooh, it's a tough one. Can really feel those abdominals. All right, last one. And we'll come down to the mat. You can just place the circle down to the side there, out of the way. Back to your neutral spine. And we're going to do a little back extension here, lying on our back. It's just a little extension of the bridge. So we want to bring the heels just a little bit closer to our hips than we normally would. We normally have them set somewhere there. So bring them in nice and close. Shuffle the feet together. Not that it really matters, but let's try that today so we can work those inner thighs at the same time. So we're going to roll up as we always do. We're here. This is where we would normally stop, but we're going to go beyond that if we can. So you're going to wriggle your elbows towards each other underneath your body. Clasp your hands together, and then just press down into the mat with your fingers, with your little fingers, and extend the spine, open up the ribs. We want to get a little bit of extra range. So naturally the knees will want to fall open, but try and squeeze them together. You can work through those inner thighs. And then let's relax a little bit. So leave the hands and the elbows in this awkward position if you can. And we're going to gently press up again. So start to press the feet down. Open up through the ribs. Pressing the hands down into the mat. Squeeze those knees towards each other. Last one. Up we go again. And release those hands. Wobble those shoulders apart. Separate the legs back to our bridge and rolling down and bringing the knees in to give ourselves a cuddle. A little bit of a rock side to side. So we are going to try a rollover today, which feels great after that back extension. If you're not up for it, just sit this one out and go back to your bridging, or maybe some twisty exercises is a nice alternative for people who are not comfortable with the rollover. Okay, for the rest of us, I won't talk too much while we're in the rollover because my mic gets squished like this. So I'll show you the first one and then maybe you can join me on the second. All right, starting with the legs in tabletop, pressing the lower back down into the floor. We're going to extend the legs. They're not going to stay there for too long. We're going to carry the legs over. The feet are going towards the floor. So nice and carefully. Here we are. Back of your thighs roughly parallel to the floor. I'm just hanging out here just to see how it feels. If you want to, separate the feet, flex the feet, and take the toes down to the floor, you can. And then if you want to, support your back, then we're going to roll down. Supporting your back if you need to. Otherwise, hands on the mat. Feet are flexed, they're about as wide as our shoulders or the mat. Circle the legs around, legs come together, and over we go again. Flex, open, tap the toes, rolling down. Keeping your thighs as close to your chest as possible. Circle the legs around. Over we go. Flex, open, tap. Feel that awesome stretch. We're going to do 2 more for those of you who want to. And last one. Sweep those legs around, back up, bend the knees. We're going to find the floor, a little windscreen wiper side to side. And last thing before we finish is a quick plank as always. Save the best to last. And then we've done it pretty much. All right, so flipping yourself over here on the mat. Actually, I prefer to face this way. It's one of those things. I'm going to come down to my elbows, but feel free to be up on your hands if you want, taking one foot to the back of the mat, then the other one. Nice strong plank, nothing fancy today. Pulling the belly button in nice and strong with the shoulders. Tuck the butt under. We don't want the bum high. We don't want the pelvis sinking towards the floor. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those knees in. Amazing. We did it. We got there. All right, so give those shoulders a bit of a roll, whatever you need to do, and we're going to come back up onto our feet. Okay, setting up for the 3 roll downs we always do at the end. Nice big breath in, feel really anchored to the floor. Rolling down, bend the knees. Knees are going straight out over the toes. They're not going towards each other, not going apart from each other. Just keep them straight. Rolling up. Hopefully your spines feel a lot different now that we're at the end of our class than they did at the beginning. Last one. Coming to spine, rolling up. And we did it. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Last one for the week. I'll be back on next week sometime. Keep an eye on your inboxes. Thanks for joining me, and I hope that I see you all again really soon. Okay, have a great day. Bye.